everybody, how are you? It's Carol here. It is about 4:35 on Thursday. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to give it just a couple minutes to let you guys get on. Today we're going to talk about ways to curb cravings. I'm going to tell you that this can apply not only to sugar, because we are talking about sugar. I'm still doing my series, Are You Addicted to Sugar? But this can also apply to any kind of food changes that you make in your life. So if you decide that, like for me, I went dairy-free a few years ago. I actually went vegan. So this applies to going vegan, going dairy-free, just cutting down on certain foods, cutting out any foods. Your doctor says you can't have this food anymore. This is a really great tool for you. It can also be applied to alcohol and also to, all of a sudden I lost my thought, to cigarettes. And the reason I bring up cigarettes is because of the fact that I used to teach quit smoking classes. I don't know how many people know that. That was a long time ago in my past life. I used to actually teach and help people learn how to quit smoking. And I guess you could say I had the tools to do that because throughout my life I have been up and down on a roller coaster until the last few years with my nutrition and getting my nutrition in line. So I learned a long time ago how to overcome cravings by just trying to learn how to get my nutrition in order. So I'm going to use some of the tools that I used to share and teach my students when I taught them how to quit smoking. So first off, I'm going to kind of go through these quickly, but they're also on my blog. There's a little bit more detail on my blog at carolwardfitness.com. So I would say if you're ever having a craving, one of the very first things that you could do is call a friend. And by the way, let me pause for a second. Cravings go away in anywhere from 30 seconds to 10 minutes. And usually once you have hit that 10-minute mark, it's like it's completely forgotten. You move on. As time goes on, your cravings get less and less and less. All you have to do is ask someone who's quit smoking and they'll tell you that's true. It's not to say that you'll never have cravings. Once in a while, these days, I still will have a craving for chicken wings or cheese. It just happens once in a while, and then I'll notice it and I'll think, gosh, that's kind of odd. But we're talking, that's 4 years later. It happens, and I get through it. It's here and it's gone in no time. Okay, so as I mentioned, let's go back to it. Here's some ways you can overcome or curb cravings of sugar. You can call a friend, because if you're on the phone with a friend or you're talking with a friend, you are able to distract yourself from the thought of that sugar craving. And then of course you can take a deep breath. That would help as well, or not just one. You might need a few, because remember, this could be going from 30 seconds to 10 minutes. So just deep breathing, decompress, start thinking about other things that maybe you have on your task list, or think about a project, think about a friend, change your thoughts. That might help you out a little bit too. Certainly another go-to would be to grab a glass of water. As you know, you should be getting 8-ounce glasses of water at least a day in your diet. So that'll also help cleanse and detox your body. So while you're doing that, if you're having a craving, just start gulping a glass of water. That might help at least kind of curb that craving. You're not thinking about it so much. You're getting your water in. You're changing your thought process, and then next thing you know, the craving's gone. Another way is to just get up and go for a walk. I mean, maybe it's time to get up with, call a friend, or just go by yourself, get outside and get that fresh air, and just change your thoughts. Think about what's going on around you. Look at the people around you. Look at the animals around you. Pay attention to the air that you're breathing, and the sun or the moon, whatever might be out. Just really enjoy that moment, and then next thing you know, your craving will be gone. Another way that I have found it to be a benefit to me when I'm craving something is to meditate. And the meditation doesn't just help me in that moment overcome a craving, but it may just help with everything in that day. It's really kind of turning my thoughts off. It's a learned practice. And when I learned to just turn my thoughts off and turn them on to just thinking about my breathing, or in some cases it might be praying. For me, I like to pray. Those are ways that I can meditate on how I can meditate until the craving is gone, is what I'm trying to say. And then 6, there's 7 of them. 6 is to change up your daily routine, because if you associate sugar, and I'll give you an example. Let's say you start off your morning and you go to Starbucks and you get a Starbucks Frappuccino, and you get it with a cinnamon bun, and that's your breakfast before you head into work, and you do that every single day. Maybe try eating something healthy at home and don't go by Starbucks at all. Change up your routine. Change up the things that are associated with those bad habits so that you can create new good habits. And by the way, it does take 21 days to create a new habit. So, and then number 7 is going to just be about knowing your worth and your value. Remind yourself that this is a journey that you're on, that it doesn't have to be done overnight, that you are a work in progress, but that you are worth it, that you're valuable, you have earned this right to be healthy and to get yourself in the best health, and you're fully equipped for that. So just know your worth, know you can do it, and remind yourself of that in that moment as you're going through a craving. The reason I'm talking so much today about cravings is because I feel like people don't realize the addiction that sugar can have on people. Experts compare it to cocaine and heroin. It's so addictive. And I think I mentioned in my episode last night, the hidden sugars. I know that the hidden sugars in my food, because I tend not to go for desserts, because I know I get addicted to them very easily, the hidden sugars even have me addicted. So I'll tell you a quick story. I last year went to a new Whole Foods location. I was checking it out, and I just went for some coffee creamer that I really enjoy, and I ended up meeting this really cute stock boy in the aisle who was trying to talk me into all kinds of dairy-free things that they had in this new Whole Foods store. He was so excited about showing me everything. So he takes me from there over to the dairy aisle to check out ice cream. And I don't usually keep it in my house because I know I would just continue to eat it. And sure enough, I walked out with, I can't remember if it was 3 or 5 pints of dairy-free ice cream. And after one bite, I was already so addicted I couldn't stop. And I literally had probably a pint to a half a pint to a pint a night. I finished it. It was all gone within a week. And I realized that for me, that has a hold on me. That addiction to sugar is very strong in me. Might not be for other people, but it is for me, and that's why I don't even keep it in my house. It just is something that I've realized I do better not keeping it in my house. So you have to figure out what your limits are, what you struggle with. It might not be sugar, it might be something else. But for this series, Are You Addicted to Sugar? We're kind of focusing on that area, and we're focusing on the cravings and how to curb those cravings. So hopefully there's a little bit of information you found valuable, hopefully a nugget here or there. Maybe it's something that you have a hold of, but maybe you know someone else that struggles in the area of sugar or sugar cravings, and they've been talking about wanting to get healthy or wanting to get off sugar. Maybe this video would help them, so feel free to share. Thanks for tuning in, and I appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care. Bye now.